So this video is for basic facial, and it is going to start from the moment that you get to work. So upon arriving to work, the first thing that you want to do is you want to wash your hands. So you're going to go to the sink and you're going to find the liquid hand soap, and you're going to wet your hands, and you're going to put liquid hand soap, and you're going to wash your hands together down to the wrists, and you're going to wash the back of your hands down to the wrist. You're going to wash your fingers, and you're going to wash the backs of your fingers. You're going to wash your fingertips and your nails. You're going to wash between your fingers. You're going to wash between your fingers and your thumbs. Excuse me, of course, you're going to wash your thumbs, your wrists, all of that for a minimum of 20 to 30 seconds. And once you feel like you're thoroughly cleaned, you're going to rinse everything underneath the water. When you've properly rinsed, you'll find disposable paper towels or a clean towel, and you're going to turn the faucet off. Dry everything off thoroughly, throw it in the trash. If it's a dirty towel, you're going to put it in a closed container until time to do the laundry. And then you're going to grab your 70% ethyl alcohol hand sanitizer to go ahead and sanitize your hands. And then, of course, you need to prepare your room and area, workstation, for your first client, which is a basic facial. So let's go over what we have to do in order to get our room ready. You're going to disinfect your workstation, bed, and equipment using a disinfectant wipe following manufacturer's instructions. You're going to check your equipment to make sure that all devices are in safe working order and plugged into a working receptacle. You're going to gather clean supplies needed for the facial service, storing in a clean, closed container. You'll turn on the hot cabbie and stock with at least 3 clean, wet towels. More may be needed depending on the service and the client's needs. You're going to fill a clean steamer glass with distilled water, and you're going to preheat your steamer. You will dispense products needed for the service according to the skin type and the client's needs as follows. You will prepare disposable portion cup tray for each product with a portion of the product by opening the top of the container and ensuring the tip of the nozzle does not come into contact with the disposable portion cup tray, or remove the product with a disinfected or clean single-use spatula, something like this. Close the lid to the product and set the portion cup tray on the tray. You will drape the facial bed using a fitted sheet, flat sheet, and 3 towels. You'll place clean laundered sheets down on a disinfected facial bed, placing a towel horizontally at the end of the bed. Lay a hairnet and a headband on top of the first towel along with a rolled towel to support the head and neck of the client, and then save the 3rd towel to lay across the client's décolleté. So we've done all of that, we've gotten our room ready, and I'm just going to review and show everybody the tray that I've prepared. And we're going to pretend like I know my client, so I was able to go ahead and do my portion cups and trays. So let's review what I have here. I've got some water, some makeup remover, some astringent. I've got my cotton rounds, toner, 4 squares, 2x2s, my spatulas that are single use. I've got gloves because I need to wear gloves for extractions. I've got some of those wooden sticked Q-tips for my extractions, more of those spatulas. I've got a brush for my mask application, and then I have cleanser, exfoliant, massage, mask, eye cream, and moisturizer. So I'm good to go on my setup for my basic facial. But I need to have my client consultation, even if it's an existing client. You're going to meet with them just to confirm that everything is okay and there's no contraindications for them to actually have the service. So let's talk about the client meet and greet. So of course, I've washed my hands upon arriving to work, but I'm also going to make sure that I have clean hands when I greet my client. Then I'm going to wash them again before I start the actual service. So let's just go over our client consultation stage. So we are going to greet the client and escort them to the work area. We're going to determine the client's preferences and assess the client's needs. We'll assess the client's skin by performing a visual skin analysis to ensure that there is no inflamed, infected, broken, raised, or swollen skin in the area to be worked on, or an open wound or sore in the area to be worked on, infection or infestation, like lice, to prevent from safely performing the service. We will assess the client's consultation form for any medications and products used within the last 72 hours. We will consult on any known allergies. We will consult with a client on any facial surgeries within the last 3 months, and if the client is under a physician's care, we'll assess if the client is prone to cold sores or fever blisters. We'll assess if the client has used exfoliating or lightening agents within the last 72 hours, like alpha hydroxy acids, beta hydroxy acids, hydroquinone, etc. We'll assess facial injections within the last 3 weeks, like Botox or hyaluronic fillers. And then if the client is free from all of those contraindications, we can move forward with the procedure, which my client is. So we are able to move forward. So we're going to get our client comfortable. So we're going to give her some privacy because she is going to change into a drape because we need this part open. So let's just pretend that we've given her those few minutes and she is put on her drape, and then she has gotten herself on the facial bed. So basically I'm just going to be coming to tuck her in and get her extra comfortable. So she's got her sheets and then also her blanket here. We've got our rolled towel that I'm going to place under her neck for even more support. And I'm going to put a hairnet on her. It seems to work a little bit better than a headband because she actually doesn't have any hair, but the point here is that we're keeping the hair off the face. And then I've got that third towel that I'm going to lay over her décolleté. So she's really good and cozy. And now it is time for me to wash my hands before I perform the service. So I would go to this sink and wet my hands, get some liquid hand soap, and wash my hands down to my wrist with that. After I've wet my hands, I've gotten the liquid hand soap, and I'm washing them. Then I'm going to wash the back of my hands down to my wrists. I'm going to wash my fingers, and I'm going to wash the back of my fingers. Fingertips and nails. I'm going to wash between my fingers, and I'm going to wash between my fingers and my thumbs. Of course, I'm going to wash my thumbs. I'm going to wash my wrists. I'm going to do all of that for a minimum of 20 to 30 seconds. And then I'm going to take the time to do a real proper rinse under the water. When everything's rinsed off beautifully, I'm going to grab some disposable paper towels or a clean towel. And with the towels, I'm going to turn the water off, dry my hands thoroughly, toss those paper towels in the trash, or the dirty towel goes in the closed container that's going to be laundry later. Find my hand sanitizer, which is 70% ethyl alcohol, and I'm going to sanitize my hands. And then, of course, I'm ready to perform the service. So what we're going to start with, of course, is removing eye makeup and lipstick. Some people may wear more, some people may wear less, so it just depends on what you're going to need to do for each client. But you do want to remove the makeup, so I'm going to do that first. And now we're going to cleanse the face. So this is what we call the first cleanse. So what we want to do now is we want to remove the first cleanse. Okay, so after you've done the first cleanse, you're going to use the magnifying lamp or Woods lamp to do a skin analysis. So what we're going to do now is take some cotton rounds and we're going to cover up her eyes, because you're going to take the magnifying lamp, which I don't have, you're going to bring it in and you're going to turn it on, and it's a really bright light, so you want to protect their eyes. And what you're going to do at this point is important. Not only will you maybe be looking for things that she's discussed as concerns in your client consultation, things that you've gone over, but you're also going to be really, if it's your first time or even not, you're going to be really seeing where her skin is at today. So maybe she's concerned with things like hyperpigmentation or dehydration, but you're going to look at everything like maybe there's some flakiness, fine lines and wrinkles, maybe there's some excess sebum, maybe there's clogged pores, there's so many things, anything raised, any abrasions or breaks in the skin. You're really going to take the time now to analyze, not only for this particular service and how you can maximize it, but also for recommendations for home care, because that's huge. You know, she's going to be with herself every day. She's not with you, and she might see you once every 4 to 5 weeks. So this is a way to really maximize what her results are that she wants from the services seeing you, and like what she really wants for her skin. So that's important. So we're going to take some time here really to look at everything and see what we can see through that magnifying lamp. Also, you want to notate everything about your client's skin, his or her skin, because you're someone that could notice a difference that they might not notice through the magnifying lamp, and you'd be able to let them know if they need to address it, if any changes in skin. So that being said, pretend like you finished your skin analysis. You kind of know what to do. So you're going to turn the light off and take it out of the way so you can remove the cotton rounds, and then it's time for cleanse number 2. And then you're going to remove cleanse number 2. And now cleanse number 3. And then you want to remove cleanse number 3. And after you finish removing, you need to tone. So I'm going to spray my toner on, and I'm going to make sure that my nozzle doesn't come in contact with my 2x2s here. So the next step after you tone is that you're going to go into exfoliation. So some people cover up the eyes with cotton rounds. I'm just going to go ahead and get a little bit of exfoliating product. And the reason I'm going to do this is I'm going to spread it around. Of course, I'm avoiding the eyes, nose, and mouth. But I'm going to be massaging it in for a minute or two. So I just want to take a minute here to spread it throughout the face and the neck before I start massaging it in. And of course, you're going to follow manufacturer's we're on this, but we're going to take a minute here just to do that. And once you've got that all massaged in, we're going to talk about what the next step is in exfoliation, because I don't have that machine here, so we'll go review that. So what you're going to do right now, after you've got that exfoliated product massaged in, you are going to retrieve the steamer and turn the steamer on. You'll position the steamer next to the facial bed that it is facing away from the client as the water heats up and emits an even outflow of a mist. Once the steamer is emitting a mist, you can position the steamer 16 inches over the client's face, aimed at the client's chin for even distribution on the face, allowing the unit to function for 3 to 5 minutes. So what you're going to do is get that facial steamer, you've already preheated it, and you're going to bring it over here near the bed, turning it on, but making sure that it's facing away from the client. And then that just allows it to then heat up, steam comes out, it's consistent, and then you can turn that towards the chin, 16 inches away, and that will let the steam evenly come over the face, and you'll time that for 3 to 5 minutes. We're not actually going to do that because we're doing a video and we don't have the machine. So once that 3 to 5 minutes has passed, you're going to turn it away from your client, put it back where you initially got it from, turn it off, and then we're going to remove the exfoliating product. So I also do not have a hot cabbie. Just be mindful that we're pretending on both accounts here. So that 3 to 5 minutes has already passed, and then we're going to go to my pretend hot cabbie, and we're going to get out my hot towel, pretending that it's super, super hot, and we're going to check it on my wrist. Then we're going to go in. Once I feel it's comfortable, check it on my client's collarbone. She feels great. We're going to fold it nice and pretty, and then we're going to bring it in and lay it on her face. Now you're going to place it on the neck and the face. You're going to keep the nostrils out, covering everything else up, so she can breathe. And once you've removed the exfoliant, it's time for extractions. So you need to glove up for that. So I'm just really drying my hands off. So you're gonna put on a pair of disposable gloves to perform extractions. And you can do one of two things. You can do with cotton rounds soaked in astringent, one on either finger, pinching around. I'm going to use the wooden sticked Q-tips soaked in astringent. So for every extraction, these are going to go in the trash and you're going to get a new pair. So we are going to go into our first extraction. And we're going to toss it, and we're going to get ourselves a new pair and then soak that in astringent. Sometimes that happens, your Q-tip breaks, so you got to get another. And another pair. And you don't want to do this part of the service any longer than 5 to 7 minutes because it could be painful. We're going to get one last set of Q-tips here. Perfect, and we can toss that. So you've got all those things thrown in the trash, and then you also get to take off your disposable gloves and throw those in the trash. And then the next step is toner. Now, the best news is that after you do the toner, it's time for massage. So after those painful extractions, she's going to get herself a little break here and get to, get to have the massage part, which is always the best part. So you're just going to retrieve your massage product. And you want to make sure that you get enough going into the massage, because you do not want to have to leave the client's face or massage the, leaving, you don't want your hands to leave her skin because it's just disruptive and it's not as relaxing. So make sure when you initially apply your massage product that you have what you need to do the entire massage. And I'm just spreading it out before I start so that the client has it everywhere, evenly spaced out, so that when I'm doing my massage, I'll have product everywhere I need to have it. massage product. After you have removed your massage product, then it's time to apply the mask, and I'm going to be using my brush to do that. Of course, I follow all the same protocols, and I avoid the mouth, the nose, and the eyes. And you will be following manufacturer's directions, of course, but based on that and what kind of mask you're doing, you'll be leaving your mask on anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. But once again, because we are doing a video, we're just going to pretend like that time has elapsed. So once your 5 to 10 minutes is up, you're going to be removing your mask. So that's what we're going to do right now. And then after you remove your mask, we're going to tone. Her skin looks gorgeous. And so now we're going to finish with her skincare prep. So it's the daytime. It is a little overcast, but that doesn't matter. We're going to do eye cream and sunscreen moisturizer, of course, so that we get the hydration and we get that protection. So a little bit of eye cream on the ring finger, and we're going to just lightly tap, most gentle fingers of all, on the brow bone and the zygomatic arch. And then moisturizer, of course, with the SPF. And I'm going to place it everywhere, décolleté, neck, face, anywhere that might be exposed as she leaves the salon and spa. She needs to be protected. And of course, you discuss the importance of SPF in the client consultation, and we'll be discussing it again as we check her out to make sure that she has the proper SPF when she gets home, all of her steps down. And of course we are finished, so we're going to give her some privacy in order for her to get back into her clothes before we go to discuss at the client area and get her checked out. So just to review, we would be going over her maintenance and aftercare. We would be making sure that she has the proper products to take home with her to maintain this gorgeous skin that she's got right now. And then of course we'd get her booked for her next appointment. So once that's said and done and she's checked out, you've got to get ready for your next client. You have another facial coming in. So what you want to do is you want to go back to your room and see if there's any single-use items that need to be discarded that haven't been discarded already. You're going to take any implements that you might have used, put them in a closed container, labeled to be disinfected. All the bedding, sheets, towels, everything are going to go in a closed container until it's time to do the laundry, and then we are going to get to work cleaning. So we are going to find a proper cleaning agent, read manufacturer's directions, and follow those directions for mixing and usage. We're going to wipe down our workstation and area with the cleaning solution to remove debris. Then we're going to identify a disinfectant that is bactericidal, virucidal, fungicidal, EPA approved for use in a salon setting, which means we're going to get a set of disposable gloves to put them on. We're going to follow manufacturer's instructions for mixing and usage, and or using appropriate aerosol disinfectant. We are going to disinfect any electrical equipment, and then we're going to store it in a clean area separate from other implements. And then before we're all done, take your gloves off. We've got to wash our hands. So you're going to go to the sink, wet the hands, liquid hand soap, wash it down to the wrist, back of the hands down to the wrist. We're going to wash our fingers. We're going to wash the backs of our fingers, fingertips and nails. We're going to wash between our fingers and our thumbs. We're gonna wash our thumbs, and we're gonna wash our wrists. All of that for 20 to 30 seconds. And then we really wanna give it a proper rinse under the sink. Once everything is cleaned off, find either a clean towel or disposable paper towels, and we're gonna turn the faucet off with the towels. Dry everything off thoroughly. Towels, if it's a towel, it's dirty, it goes in that closed container for laundry. If it's paper towels, it goes in the trash. And then we're gonna get our hand sanitizer that is 70% ethyl alcohol, and we're gonna sanitize up. And now you're able to get ready to prepare for your next client who is coming in for a facial. So you're able to set up for that person. So this concludes the video for basic facial.